Welcome to Overwatch. This time we're going to be talking all about Soldier 76, we're going to be talking all about Pharah, we're going to be talking about positioning, DPS priority, how to position yourself, what you want to be doing, what objectives you want to be doing, target priority, all the big things. Today we're being sent in a wonderful video by one of our subscribers, ZCX. You're on Twitch, you can see lovely Twitch chat is joining us. You also might notice that I'm a bit paler than usual. It's because I've got a new monitor. It's a beautiful, beautiful monitor, but it's actually very, very bright. I'm not used to the brightness, so it's actually illuminating me a little bit more as well, so I've got more light on me. Usual thing for you guys in Twitch chat, if you are in Twitch chat, just save your questions till the end, just because I mostly won't be looking at Twitch chat until we get to the end. Otherwise, yeah, sit back and enjoy. Let's start rolling the tape. So bye Twitch chat. Let's drag you off. There you go. I need to stop the music. Just stop the music even earlier. It doesn't matter too much.
Is that it?
So one thing I will say is that they do talk a lot in this, so we will be sort of playing it in relatively low volume. Now, I think he's talking with his friend on Discord at the same time as recording, so there's a little bit of audio in the background, but that's fine, we can work around it. No, I am not going, like, the only time I'll go naked on stream is if you give me like £100,000, which I don't think any of you can do. Because basically that will be enough to compensate me for the loss of my stream when Twitch inevitably takes it down. Anyway. We're going to, actually, let's wait until we get all the way to the end of the preparation phase and then see what we're going to have in terms of team lineup. But it looks pretty goddamn standard. The big thing I'm noticing is we have no Lucio, so it's going to be a little bit difficult on the way in. We have a Zenyatta instead. Zenyatta will be changing how we think about the fighting. We got a split second there of... There we go. So we have our team lineup. Okay, so what is the plan here? Okay, so it's triple tank, might be vanishing soon, probably not, with the new patch. This is still on the old patch, by the way, if you're watching in the future, this is still when triple tank meta was a big deal. Relatively standard lineup, just had the Zenyatta instead of having a Lucio, which on King of the Hill does change how you approach this first couple of seconds. So the thing is, when you don't have that Lucio, is you're going to be arriving at the fight a bit later. The enemy team's going to have a better position. It's mostly true more on Village. Here on Sanctum, what it means is most teams usually go to the right here, which is also, I think, what we're going to see. It just means the enemy team's going to be there a little bit faster. They're going to be set up a little bit higher if they're bold enough, if they run out and start engaging hard, which is what they should be doing. First thing I don't like seeing is splitting off. No, you want to be following the rest of the team. We want to be staying behind our Reinhardt pretty much all full time, especially in these big team fighty areas. Getting out some damage here. They've got a Mercy who's just exposed, which is actually perfectly fine with shooting at that. Otherwise, we should want to be tunneling damage into the front line. What I would actually have liked to see here is just something, a very, very subtle movement, but it's actually surprisingly powerful, although two people just like fell off and died apparently, which is great for us. Instantly wins the fight, but just one minor optimization. Don't be afraid to sprint forward and drop your healing field here. It just gives the tanks just that little bit of extra healing. Just makes them that little bit harder to remove and get rid of. Makes everything a little bit safer. There's no real danger in doing it because Reinhardt's still there or your tank's still there, so just run forward, drop the biotic field, because if you're not using it, then you might as well have it up somewhere. Two of them died. I'm guessing they fell off somewhere. Great start for us. We've already won the fight. Now we just want to set up, clean up the Lucio, who's stuck out on his own. Just avoid getting booped off. Good. Don't want any of that happened. Beautiful. Revlo. Oh, good point. We'll pause it, and I'll quickly do that. Sorry, guys. There we go. Revlo watch. Doing its stuff, or it should be doing its stuff pretty soon. There you go. Interesting decision to ask what happened. Perfectly polite. And this is the perfect position, guys. So if you are on this map, if you are playing McCree, Soldier 76, actually McCree less so, but more Soldier 76 especially, you want to be towards that back area. Like, the defensive power you have when you are stood back towards this side, and Zenyatta should be over there as well. Anna should be over there as well. We don't want to be going over here because we're just isolating ourselves, setting ourselves up to get killed. Meanwhile, they can push in this side. So what's happening right now, okay? What I want you guys to think of, again, is like a zone of control. Just think of a big circle around Soldier 76. Soldier 76, pretty much everything in this room, everything he can see, he can just shoot and deal damage. That's exerting pressure, okay? That means that, for example, if someone runs out here, he has to be very worried that Soldier 76 doesn't just shoot him and deal a lot of damage. Like, that's the pressure that you're exerting. The second you run back over this way, you stop exerting that pressure. That means that people can run out this way a little bit more, means they can do more on this side, until you start going further and further in. And by the time you're out, like, getting to exert pressure on this side of the map, when you're running through that little area, you're already in the enemy's face and you're on your own. Suddenly you're not really exerting pressure anymore. You're saying, hey, I'm a free kill, just kill me. You just want to be staying back here, Shelling where we're damaged, perfectly fine shooting the diva. We just want to burn that down, get rid of that possible threat. And again, I don't know why we're running this way. I really don't get why we're doing this way. Luckily, our diva gets a double kill. We do get the flank on Mercy, which is fine, but Mercy's like badly out of position anyway. We would have been able to probably hunt her down and kill her no matter what. Or she would have just run away and they would have lost the fight already. We definitely would have killed this McCree, our Anna would still be alive. Don't know why we're teabagging his golden gun, but there you go. So again, like this motion, it just feels needless to me. You're just giving up damage for, well, let's just count it out. Like, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds, we just lost soldier in that fight. No real reason to do it. No real reason to just run around that way. The fight's already won, we could just stay back and just keep shooting. At least that's just my opinion. I mean, we'd already won the fight, though. Diva, like, luckily managed to get double kill somehow. I think she might have knocked some people off. Done a good job there. But hey, they have a Pharah now. Okay, target priorities changing. Solid 76, our job is to keep an eye out for this Pharah. Pressuring Pharah is one of the biggest priorities we have. Basically, anytime this Pharah goes into the open air, we just want to be shelling away at her, making sure that she can't fly around and get free shots. And that's literally just what we're doing. Literally all we need to do. I'm fine with ducking back there just because Reinhardt's barrier was low, so there's no reason to stay out there. Again, pressure, 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 pressure. We're in a really good location. This is exactly where we want to be. Just shelling out damage. You notice back when we're stood back there, beautiful bomb. Not a naked diva bomb, you'll notice. And oh! Oh! Beautiful. Beautiful play by the diva there. Unintentional. But you notice when we're in this position, like, we don't even have to really be worried. Like, nothing can focus us too easily. The Pharah could try and go for us, but she has to cover all this open space to try and get to us. McCree has to flank all the way around to deal damage to us, and if he tries to fight across the gap, we have a massive advantage because we're better at medium to long range than he is. The tanks have to run through our tanks to get to us and just get caught up on the way, setting us up for a very easy kill. Like, this is absolutely great. Diva gets 2 kills plus the Diva mech. We don't quite finish the Diva off in time. Diva body blocks us. McCree sneaks around the back and gets a kill on us, but I think the fight should already be won at this point. Actually, it might be a little bit dicey still. I think Diva's good enough to stall for it, at the very least, and keep this percentage ticking up. All the Diva now who's stuck on the point needs to be doing is just buying time and keeping this ticking up towards 90%. Okay, this is still perfectly fine. So you can hear Zeet is now coordinating with his team, which is exactly what you want to be doing in this situation. You want to be telling Anna, hey, I have my Solid 76 ult ready, you have Nano Boost ready, let's make some sweet, sweet love and annihilate the entire enemy team. You just want to be sure now that you are keeping linked up with this Anna. Like this, I don't understand this movement when we're running over here. We're breaking away from the Anna, we're making life harder for the Anna, for example. Team starts pushing in, okay. And unfortunately, Anna doesn't ult us, doesn't stick to the plan. Luckily, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. We're still in a good enough position where we can just win this fight. Pharah drops dangerously low, doesn't go down there. Don't like firing the rockets. Well, yeah, not too keen on firing the rockets there. You might as well have just tried to slam them into the ground, but I understand why you did it. There we go, beautiful kill on that though. Good target priority there. Deal with the Pharah, deal with the stuff closer to home, clean up. Don't worry too much about that at this point, we're at 90%. So let's just review one more time just to make sure we caught everything. So the fight starts when Reinhardt charges in. This is where like the Anna needs to be working towards the plan because she's already too late in ulting the charging Reinhardt. So if you are playing Anna, guys, one good tip is that if Reinhardt lands a charge, if you nano boost him during the charge, he gets the bonus damage when he hits the impact, and that's enough to usually deal a huge amount of damage and put him in a position where he can just very easily kill something. If you do it afterwards, then you're just losing that impact. So now Reinhardt's got the nano boost and he's sort of flailing around, but it's not quite doing too much. Sucks a little bit for the Reinhardt, sucks a little bit for the Anna. Should have perhaps stuck to the plan that they worked out. If you have worked out a plan, do try and work with it. Good kill on the Pharah. Okay, now we're just looking for more kills. We spot the Anna going into the back. That's a huge amount of healing. Let's go shut that down, get rid of that. Easy for us at close range. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Good target priority. Now we're just cleaning up. He suggests that, you know, we want to stagger the Diva. Doesn't matter too much at this point. The enemy team can't really get back to us. That and like we slammed about 100 damage into it. If you want to stagger a death, don't do that, especially in a pub. You want to just not touch them. So again, we just want to try and catch people coming in now. They're going to be trying to desperately try and get to the point to cause overtime, so we just want to play it careful and keep shooting stuff as they try and cross that space. They nano boost McCree. Okay, good job, McCree. We did well there. We just stayed alive, pulled back, kept distance from the flashbang, kept out of his zone of control, slammed in the damage, and got the kills. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Perfectly fine here. Oh no! Oh! So again, in this situation, if they're starting to stall, right? If they're starting to stall and we're playing Soldier 76, the biggest thing I'm looking to do is get the rest of this charged up. Because then, no matter what they do, especially on this map, no matter what they bring, we can just shut it down and kill it. If they have Tracer dancing on the point, if they have Lucio dancing on the point, even if they have Winston and D.Va dancing on the point, and D.Va's just solved that problem for us, basically. We just want to get the rest of this ult up. So again, I'm perfectly fine and happy slamming damage into the D.Va just because that's the fastest source of our ultimate. Almost got full ultimate, almost got full ultimate. And again, actually this motion here I don't like. We're running to get some health because we're on 50, which is fine, but if we just ducked back for 2 seconds, we would have had a healing field. That would have charged up our ultimate a little bit quicker. We're in an okay position, and this is actually a little bit riskier now. I, again, would prefer to be on the other side, just because if Pharah like, fires a concussive blast, we could have got knocked off there. So if we just stay back, waited for our biotic field, slam that down, use the healing to get our ultimate, come back, we could have just come in, killed everything, cleaned up on the point, beautiful. Oh. Quick slurp of coffee, beautiful. Okay. So now we see the change, the considered change to Pharah, but seems not at the moment. Ooh, the tension. What's he going to play? What's he going to play? He's going to stick a soldier. He lands the basket as well. Win is now guaranteed. The basket has been hit. It's interesting, like, all this debating is like, well, nothing's really changed. Zenyatta's honestly fine. The thing with Zenyatta is Zenyatta just makes it so hard for the enemy Pharah to do anything, because Zenyatta has exactly the same sort of pressure mechanic as Soldier 76, whereas the Pharah comes into a big open space. Discord just goes onto that Pharah, and she has to back away. She can't stay out, can't duck away. I'll talk more about Pharah evasion and sort of how to manage your survivability when we get to the Pharah section. So again, just slamming in damage. Their Ana does a really good job here of running forward, getting the heal nade down. And again, don't be afraid of dropping your biotic field in these fights in locations like here on the stairs, where most of your team are fighting. Just that extra healing does make a big difference. So once this wears out, you would have had healing on your targets. That said, the enemy team's Ana just won that fight instantly because she got away with fucking murder. So let's have a look. So the enemy team gets there first. This is the advantage that Lucio brings as well, right? They speed boost in, they get there quicker. Reaper's also coming in, so they have a lot more close range power. This is where I would have dropped the heal field already, and then starting to back away, because we've seen the Reaper, we've seen that they have a Lucio, they have a Reinhardt, they have a D.Va, they have a lot of close range power. We are now stronger than they are at medium range, especially with Zarya, especially with Soldier 76, and especially with Zenyatta. We want to be backing up a little bit now, and especially once that heal nade landed on about 3 people, the team needed to be backing out. Like, 3 people who are purple is just an instant sign that, oh, the enemy team just engages and wins, which is what happens. Their Ana did a superb job getting behind the barrier and could not really be punished in a very, very strong way, because your Reinhardt was busy trying to protect stuff, and the Reaper was giving her, like, space to do that. That was really nicely played. Here we go. Otherwise, it's just getting more damage out. Again, I'm perfectly fine with this shelling away. We just want to work on the barrier while people just regroup. You can also see that the spam fire is coming through. So D.Va got D-Mech doing that, which is actually a big advantage to our team. So D.Va has no mech. Oh, that Reinhardt's so low. He's also got the Orb of Discord on him, so it's going to help shell that down. Good. Going to the flank here, I don't mind it too much, just because we know that we got our tanks sort of already up there, so they're going to be covering us no matter what. Beautiful Earth Shatter. Chasing down the Reaper. Yeah, I'm okay-ish with that. Not the greatest choice, but I think it still worked out in the end. I think I would have done the same. Enemy team retaliates, does a good job here of holding on. And this is just a one fight for them. Once that nano boost comes out, that's just a nail in the coffin. So let's see what happened to the rest of our team during this fight, because I'm actually curious as to where it goes wrong. Because we have a good start here. It looks like Zenyatta gets caught out of position just because Reaper can just run up to him and kill him. That's partially because, like, that's the opportunity cost of us going this flanking route. I think Zenyatta just walked up this main path here. I know he's over here somewhere. So he must have just gone up here, and then Reaper just ran into his face and killed him. If we were with him, it would have been harder for Reaper to do that. So we might have been able to prevent that death if we went the main route. That said, we could have also just died to the Reaper in Soldier 76. The Earth Shadow comes in, it's good. Doesn't quite land the Reaper. But meanwhile, everyone is now dropping so low because Ana can't quite find the healing at the moment, I think, and the team fight just ends. Okay, so that's why we lost. Ah, beautiful. Enemy team does use a lot of resources, but we used a couple as well ourselves. So they've used nano. So again, this is where you want to be keeping track of stuff. They use nano boost, they use sound barrier. They don't have many defensive ultimates. They do have Earth Shadow, most likely. They probably have D.Va bomb as well. We have Transcendence, which is great because that will protect us from a lot of things. If we can get it off. It looks like they've just used Earth Shadow. Okay, Reinhardt's overextended. Let's capitalize. Good, 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 good. We want to punish that. Even though we died for that, that's still okay. We'll respawn near him. We could also punish this Reaper, who's gone and picked up the large health. He will Wraith form away. That's what Reaper does. We could be able to hunt him down, maybe. If Reaper goes down, this is huge amounts of value. Otherwise, no. Okay. That said, I'm not sure why Reinhardt's that extended. Reinhardt's died over here, which is a huge mistake. He does not want to be out here. You just want to be in the punishment mode there, because Yana died. You can't engage with Ana down. You just can't. We want to be punishing that D.Va who's up close and personal. You notice everyone's dying because what's happening is the team just doesn't get a unified push going. You're splitting off from the rest of the team, so the enemy team is just pushing in a lot and getting a lot of value. Luckily, we do get a good ultimate here. A lot of damage going in from us. They can't protect from both sides. We managed to capitalize. Okay, we corrected the mistake. Good. It was dicey for a while, but it paid off. Let's just go all the way over this again. Just to make sure we don't miss anything once more. So, what's happened here, by the way, is like it's all the way back here. So we punish the Reinhardt who charges in. Reaper gets a kill on us, runs off, gets some health, and then for some reason Reinhardt starts pushing in. While two people are running off chasing the Reaper, Reinhardt's walking up the main and just dies because he's on his own. He has no support except for a Zenyatta who's now caught out on his own. And now we're all a bit stuffed because we really could have needed that because hey, 75%, we've got to make a push now. So I'm fine with making this push at the moment because it's basically our last chance before we absolutely lose. We lose the Zenyatta, which is a shame. He probably should have burnt... He could have gotten away with burning Transcendence there, I think. I mean, you guys are going to be hard-pressed no matter what. On the bright side, you still have it here, but you might not have even made it in. Luckily, no one noticed you coming in the flank. Shield comes up, Shadow doesn't go through, doesn't matter. Everyone just goes in, kills absolutely everything. Good. We made up for the mistakes, but it's cost us pretty much every ultimate except for Transcendence to do it. We now are very, very hard pressed.
Yeah, their diva ulted, so I can just shoot them.
I'm looking at chat. Hey, Turbo Penguin. Yeah, I remember you. Good seeing you. It's an interesting game. That Zen is dying a lot. That Zen is dying a lot because there's just nothing stopping Reaper, Reinhardt, D.Va running into him at the moment. Like, you notice that he stood over here, we're stood over here. There's no pressure aside from what Zenit's exerting himself for, like, D.Va to just run through. Then Zarya has to peel off and deal with that. Meanwhile, Zarya is trying to deal with Reaper and everything on the front line at the same time, and it all starts breaking down. I also noticed something here, which is that we're just shooting. Why are we shooting? There's nothing there. We want to be shooting at things. Just a minor thing. And that sounds like aim better, but it's just, again, it's just like consider what we're shooting at. I know we're trying to zone them out a little bit, but there's a space here where we can be actually shelling. And there might be targets more this way as well. We definitely want to be trying to win the Reinhardt battle at the moment, which I think we might just be doing. We use Tranquility, and again, we've used Tranquility because this Zenyatta's felt pressured, is what I imagine is happening. Yeah, Zenyatta's dropping low. So what's happening over here is that we are exerting zero pressure. Reinhardt's just worrying about his shield going down. Meanwhile, they've got two people flanking around this side coming in. There's just nothing protecting Zenyatta and Ana. That's part of our job, is to do that at the moment. Zenyatta has to panic, use Transcendence just to stay alive so they don't lose it instantly. Luckily, the enemy team decides that you guys using Transcendence is a good time to push. Uses Sound Barrier, wastes a little bit of the Sound Barrier, gives you guys a little bit of an opening. Now, okay, good. Shelling down Bob. Killing the discorded targets, what we want to do. D.Va's already out of mech. We're actually in a really solid position. Let's kill the Reaper. Good. Okay, let's just burn down the D.Va. She can die now. Her death is more than staggered enough. Hey, she's got a mech, but it doesn't matter too much. We've got a high charge Zenyatta. Zenyatta, no. High charge Zarya. Real charge, get the kill. Good. Very, very staggered death. That's basically brought us back to the game. That said, ooh, a little bit of... Actually curious if she overchased there. I think she went a bit too deep. I think she could have finished that off with right clicks and just trusted you to get the kill. And even if D.Va runs off, it's not too big of a deal. Because she gets stuck out here now. And I think this is where, like, the Ana is calling as well, if I remember right. The Ana starts calling, like, come back, I can't heal you there. This is just a misplay by us, but then their Reaper just runs in as well. So the enemy team, we might have actually just overstaggered that. Because in all this time, the enemy team has actually just re-pushed in, and our team is not prepared for it because you two are over this way dealing with this D.Va. Although the fact that the enemy team all gets in is a bit of a travesty. So I think at this point, you definitely want to be backing up already and trying to get back to the rest of your team because their team is already pushing in. And we've got to be sort of dealing with that immediately. Zarya goes down, they start pushing in, their DPS runs into the back, kills, you die, Reaper comes in the back, kills Reinhardt. Our supports are still running in. Lower than theirs for some reason. It's because they have a Lucio, don't they? So of course they got there first. So they reinforce. A little bit more. So I think it's just a little bit overeager, especially on Zarya's part, and a little overeager on your part. Trying to sprint back, can't make it. Okay, 1-1. Zarya looks like she tripped on the stairs. Yeah, Zarya falls over on the icy steps. The tragic end to Zarya's career if she just fell over on the stairs.